Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back. So in this lecture, now we're going to be working up with the online server. So if you take a look at the first lecture of the course, then I told you that this course is divided into three sections: the beginner section, the intermediate section, and the advanced section. And so I would like to congratulate you guys because now you are at the last part of the beginner section, and you will be fully done with it after you complete the third step, which is deployment of website to the online server. So the personal website that we created in the previous lecture, that is 100% completed, and now it's ready to be deployed onto the online server so that other people can view that. But before starting this section, let's have a look at how websites work. So basically, websites work with two behavior: the request and the response. These are the only two behavior the websites work. There are zillions of websites, and all of these websites behavior is the same. Let's have a look at a website. So let's suppose that now I go to google.com. Now when I hit google.com and I hit enter, then the Google page is actually loaded, and right here it says this is basically a request that was sent to the Google server, and now the website is loaded in my browser right here, which is the response. So let's have a look at this diagram right here. So when we type in google.com, the request is sent to the Google server. Now the server processes that request, and then it responds the Google homepage onto the client or to the computer. Now let's suppose that I search for Udemy right here on Google. Now Udemy query is actually sent to the Google server, and now the Google has sent this response, and now this whole page is right here as the response. So this is how basically everything works. Whatever website you go to facebook.com, you log in. So that login credentials are actually sent to the server. It is verified onto the server, and then the response is actually given back. So in other words, an online server is a computer software that is stored in hardware and that accepts requests and sends a response back to the computer. So server accepts the request and sends the response back to the computer. So now this is an image of a server right here. You can see that there are so many servers right here, and they are managed by a single computer where you can monitor all the servers, you can shut down a server, you can restart a server, and so on and so forth. So now what have we learned is that in order for you to build a website, you need to have a server that can accept the request whenever someone wants to visit the website, and that can send the response back to the computer so that the person can go through the website or enter or submit his information on a contact form. The mail can be sent and everything like that. So basically, in order for you to build a website, you need to have a server. And luckily, there are two methods for that. So the number one method is to purchase a server, build your website onto your own server, and then just do everything from scratch. And there is also another method, and that is to just purchase or basically rent a server from a third-party company, host your website there. They will do everything. They will be responsible for all the security issues and everything, and you just have to upload the website there, and there we go. You do not have to do anything. So let's suppose that if you want to build your own server, then what are the cons for that? So if you want to host your website on your own computer using your own server, then there are so many cons for that. And the very big con is that is going to be very costly. First of all, you have to purchase a server, and then you have to just get a very high-speed internet connection with almost maybe 100 GB per month for a single website. Along with that, you have to keep that server powered on anytime, so the electricity cost is also going to be there. Not only that, you will have to secure your server yourself. So basically, you can see that your website will be online. And when your website will be online, people will be accessing your website. So when the people are accessing your website, that means that they are accessing your PC. And there might be some of the breaches that will be there. So they can, there might be a possibility that they could hack into your computer. So that is also on your end. And basically, as the technology is increasing, you will have to keep yourself up to date with every of the like hacking attempts that's been happening nowadays. So that is on your end too, which is quite a huge disadvantage. Also, there is no customer support, which means that if anything goes down, then that is on your end and you are responsible for it. There is no one there to support you. And the last but not the least is the total cost. So for the first year, it will cost you $3,450, and later that year, it will cost approximately $450 per year. So hosting your website by purchasing your own server, hosting it there is quite really very costly, and I would not recommend you to do that. However, there is another method, and that is to rent a hosting for a limited time period. And what they say is that they just tell you to give them the internet costing only. Electricity cost, server costing will be on their end. You just have to give them the internet costing, and that is also under $100. So here comes the web hosting. So what you do in a web hosting is that they give you plans. Like, let's suppose that they tell you that you can build unlimited website, you can have unlimited storage, your website will be live 99% of the time, and there also will be a customer support. Along with that, they will also give you free domain, free SSL, and everything right here for just $83. So their 1 year plan costs $83 and their 3 years plan costs $178. So if you go for the 1 year plan, you just have to pay this, and if you go for a 3 year plan, then they are taking like 2 year plan money from you and they are giving you 1 whole year for free. So I would highly recommend you to go with that, because if you purchase a 3 years plan, then you do not have to worry about the web hosting at all, and everything will be handled by them and you can get your business up and running. Similarly, they also give you the 30-day money-back guarantee, which means that you can purchase the plan for them, and if you do not want to build a website or you do not need it anymore for the whole 30 days, then you can contact them and they will give all your money back. Now, this plan is for this plus plan that offers unlimited website, and we will be going up with this particular plan. So now let's have a look at how web hosting works. Basically, web hosting company give you the cPanel. That is the control panel, and you will be able to manage your website completely with that. Now, what is a cPanel? When you install Windows on a computer, you are basically given a GUI, that is graphical user interface, and there you can manage everything. Like, you can click on the My Computer, you can go to the local disk D, and you can open up any of the file. Like, this is how it's worked, right? So similarly, the cPanel is exactly same, where they provide you everything. So you want to go to the file manager, you can click on that and you can upload the files. You want to go to the databases for the phpMyAdmin, create a new database, delete any database, they give you the option for that. And you want to create your email account like info@domain.com. You can also do that. Along with that, they give you the free customer support. And last one is the free SSL, that is the security. So they also give you that as well, which is a very cheap, and the total cost is only $83 per year. So in the next lecture, now we will be purchasing the web hosting from this company, and we will be going up with this particular plan, and in no time, your locally hosted website will be online. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back. So now in this lecture, we're going to be getting the web hosting. Now, if you go and search on Google, like how many web hosting providers are there, then Google will tell you that there are over 330,000 web hosting providers at the time I'm recording this video. So basically, now if there are so many web hosting providers out there, then which of the web hosting should you choose? So basically, you should be choosing a web hosting that should be fastest. Because when the people will be coming to your website, there will be traffic on your website. And web hosting should be very much faster so that if any person is coming to your website, then your website should be loaded in a 1 single second. Basically, your server should respond in a 1 single second so that the person should not close the tab. So this is the very number one point. The second point is actually it should give you the best customer support, because there might be some of the issues that would be coming in the future onto your website. So basically, the web hosting company provides the customer support as well, whether it's related to your website or whether it's related to the server. They will solve that issue for you. The third one is actually the uptime at least 99%. That means that 99% of the time your website should be live. For 1% of the time, there might be a possibility that there is a server maintenance or the server has been restarted, but overall, 99% of the time, your website should be up and running. Fourth one is actually the SSL, and the fifth one is it should be best for WordPress. Now, for this particular course, I hosted my website on 10 different hosting providers, and I wanted to see the number one web hosting that I could recommend to all of my students. And here comes the web hosting that I want to recommend, and this web hosting was basically responding in under 1 second. That is actually in 759 millisecond. Not only that, it had the uptime of 100% for the last 30 days. Not only that, this web hosting has also got some of the other pros as well. And that is that they give you the free domain, they give you the free SSL, they have the 24/7 customer support. That means that you have any problem, you can just contact them and they will resolve the issue for you in just like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Not only that, they guarantee that they have the 99.99% of the uptime. And when I was checking, I was getting 100% of the uptime from the last 30 days. Not only that, they also give you the 50% discount for the first sign up so that you can build up your website, you can build up your business, and then when you are making money from it, then you can pay the full price. So that is why they give you the 50% discount. And the last but not the least is that they also give you the 30-day money-back guarantee, which means that you can try them out for the 30 days. And if you do not like it, you can contact them and they will give all your money back directly into your account without asking any questions. So this is definitely one of the best web hosting. Now let's get the web hosting and let's transfer this locally hosted website onto the online server. So what I want you to do is to just go to the video that you are watching right now, and you should see this lecture that has this resources right here, which is a lecture that we are on. All I want you to do is to just click on this resources right here and then just click this get the web hosting and it will take you to the web hosting page. So this is actually the web hosting, the Bluehost. The link is actually an affiliate link and I'm going to get a small commission and you are also going to get a discount. Now, once you are in here, now what you need to do is to just go into the hosting and then just click shared hosting. Do not go for the WordPress hosting. We are going to be taking a look at the shared hosting. And the reason why I would suggest you is that in the future, there might be a possibility that you want to build a website that is not built with the WordPress, but that is built actually with the core PHP. So you can also build that website on this shared hosting as well, and that is not fully optimized for WordPress, but shared web hosting and WordPress hosting is exactly the same. So I would recommend you to go into the hosting and then just click shared hosting. Now, once you are in here, now what you need to do is to go down, and here you can see that now we are given all the pricing right here, and this is the exact table that I showed you in the previous lecture. So basically, you can see that we have got the basic, plus, choice, and pro. Now, I would recommend you to go with the plus plan. The reason I will tell you right now. So basic plan, you can see, offers one single website. And this course, this complete WordPress course that we are in right now, we will be building more projects. We will be building a corporate website, a blog, e-commerce website, a real estate website, and that is why we have to build more projects. And we will be building all of these projects in like a single web hosting. That is why you need to purchase a plan that offers the unlimited websites for just a small amount of money. So I would highly recommend you to purchase this Plus plan. Now, I would not recommend you to purchase this Choice Plus plan, and the reason for that is because the pricing is almost same, and you can see that we are given a huge discount on it, but you can see that when you will be renewing this, you have to pay $18.99 for this once your discount period is over. Like after a year, or if you are purchasing the 3 years plan, then you would have to pay more, right? So I would highly recommend you to just like go with the Plus plan, because this might seem a little bit more attractive to you, but do not go with this plan. Just select this plan, because this plan and this plan is exactly the same. The only difference that they have is that they give you just like free domain privacy and the automated backup for 1 year. But these are the things that you can also do right here. So what I would suggest is to definitely go for this Plus plan. Now what you need to do is to just click on select, and you will be taken there. So now here you can see it says next we'll set up your domain. And now what you need to do is to create a new domain. Now you can see that here is, this is our website that we have built, and this is a personal website. So that is why we should be going up for a personal domain. Since my name is Tanzil, I'll be searching for the Tanzil domain, and I'll see like how it goes. So what I'll do is that I will search for tanzil.com, and I will just hit next. And now let's see if this domain is available. And you can see it just tells me that Tanzil is not available right now. So what you can do is that you can click go back so that you are actually taken back. And now here, let's just search for iTanzil. And so now here you can see it says the domain itanzil.com is now available. So once I will be registering this domain, now this domain will not be available to you, so you have to purchase obviously another domain. Consider domains as like property. That means that once any of the domain is actually registered, then only that person has access to it, like other people cannot use that domain. And this is how the websites work, right? So now once you are in here, now I would recommend you to just sign in with the Google. Now, if you do not have a Google account or Gmail account, then you can just enter your information here. So let's just go ahead and let's enter the information here. And then once you are done with the information, then what you need to do is to just select your package information. So now you can see that for the 12-month, you are given like $83. And if you now switch to the 36-month, then you only have to pay $178 only. That means that you are given a whole year for free. So I would highly recommend you to go with this plan. But if you are on a tight budget and you want to try it and you can only just spend like $83, it's totally up to you. Now once you are in here, here is the domain privacy protection. So it says like whatever the information that you will be entering here will be publicly available to the marketing people out there. Like they will know that who owns this domain. So what they will do is that they will just like call you every day, and they will tell you that, hey, do you need a printer? Do you need a toner? Etc, etc, etc. So if you have basically a support team, and if you have no issues for that, like marketing people calling you, then you can definitely just like uncheck this, all right? And you can just turn it off. Because it is also recommended to keep your information public for the trust that the customers will be coming to you, so that they can trust like, okay, who actually owns this domain. But if you want like your information to be not public, whatever you will be entering here, especially your phone number that you will be entering here, so if you do not want that to be public, then you can check it. Now what you need to do is to just uncheck this and also uncheck this, and now you can see that it is costing us $83 only. So if you just, I would basically recommend you to go for the 3 years plan, but if you want to go with a once plan, it's totally up to you. Now what I want you to do is to just enter your information here, and then right down below here it says credit card number, signature, and expiration date. And once you are done with every of the thing, then what you need to do is to just hit I have read the terms and conditions and click submit. Now what I will do is that I will enter all of my information here. I will enter my credit card information here, and once I'm done with that, I will click submit so that you can see that what is our next process. All right, my dear students, so once you have entered every information above there, then what you need to do is to just hit submit, and now your bank account will be charged, and your account to the bluehost.com will be created, and also your domain will be registered. So let's see how does it go, and it says success. Now let's create your account. So what you need to do is to just hit create your account, and now you can see that it will take us right here, and here is the domain name right here. So now what you need to do is to just enter your password over here. All right, so now this is right here. Now remember to enter your password very secure. That means that it should contain capital letter, numbers, and a special character as well. Now once you are done with that, now what you need to do is to just accept the terms and conditions and hit create account. So your account will now be created. It says your account is ready to go, and now you can log in. If your account is not created, just wait for some time, enter your password again, and if it basically you have to wait for like 5 to 10 minutes if it doesn't get created. All right, but if it is created, then what you need to do is to just hit go to login, and now what you need to do is to log into your account. So it's here is the domain name, and now what you need to do is to enter your password. Now let's hit login, and now you will be logged in to your Bluehost portal. And this is going to be your portal where you can manage everything, where you can just like create a database, you can install WordPress, you can do particularly anything with it. So let's take a look at it. It says, all right, time to take you on. All right, my dear students, so here it says it's the beginning of your adventure. So what you need to do is to just click create your website. And now here it says when it comes to building site, how much help do you want? So you can just click skip this step. And now here it says what's the primary purpose of your site. So you can just like portfolio site. And are you comfortable? You can just click skip this step. And now here it says how would you like to build your WordPress website? And here it says start building best WordPress for beginners or this. So what you need to do is to just click get started over here, and now what you need to do is to just click skip this step and just click skip this step to every other thing that's been coming to you. Now what you need to do is to go down and also click skip this step, and here it says great work, we are installing WordPress. So they have already installed WordPress for you. But what we need to do is that we need to uninstall WordPress that they have just installed onto our website, because what we want to do is that we want to transfer the locally hosted built website to the online server. So what you need to do is to go to the My Sites right here, and here is actually this website that's been created. The WordPress is installed. So what you need to do is to just click Manage Site, and now what you need to do is to just go into the settings right here. And now once you are in here, here it says delete site. So what you need to do is to just click delete over here and click on delete over here, and now this WordPress site that WordPress that they have already installed will be deleted. That is the only step that you need to do. And now once you come here, you can see that here it says you do not have any WordPress site, please create one before accessing it. So what you need to do is to create a site like here you have to click add site and do that, but we will not be doing it. We will be doing it like we will be transferring this website. Now let's go ahead and let's check if our domain is actually registered. So now here it says you do not have permission to access this resource. It says additionally a 403 forbidden error trying to handle the request. So if you are getting this error, then this is actually good for you. So now in the next lecture, we're going to be taking a look at like how you can go ahead and how you can just like transfer the locally hosted website to this right here, and then you will be amazed to see the results. So stay tuned, guys, and bye-bye. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So now in this lecture, we're going to be understanding about the file manager and the MySQL. So as you can see that in the previous lecture, we actually bought the web hosting and our domain is live. So if your domain is not live, then please wait for at least 48 hours so that your domain is actually live, and when you will visit your domain, you should see just like forbidden. Now, there is also one more thing that I want you to do, and that is to open up your email account and make sure that you have received this WHOIS verification for your domain. That would be like for my domain, it's actually itanzl.com, and here it should tell you action required. So make sure that you have received this email, and it will just tell you that one last step to activate your domain. So what I want you to do is to just copy the link address and make sure to just like paste it in your browser. What you can do is that you can paste that link, and now your account will be actually, your domain will be actually activated. So it says that the verification link was already used because I have already activated my account. And now once you are done with that, now your domain will be fully active. Now there is one more thing that I want you to do, and that is to check if the SSL is working. And how you can check that is that you have to write here before the domain, just write here https:// and then just hit enter. And once you will hit enter, it should give you a padlock sign. Like here should be a lock sign coming right here. That means that the domain has the SSL. So if it gives you an error, then also wait for some time, like probably like 12 hours, and you will be given the SSL. If you are not given the SSL, then what you can do is that you can visit this helpchat.bluehost.com, and then you have to contact the Bluehost company, and then you have to tell them that my SSL is not working, and they will add the SSL for you. But SSL should be automatically added to your domain once you have basically approved, or once you have basically verified your email for the WHOIS. Alright, so now let's just go ahead and let's go to our portal, or let's go to our cPanel, that is the control panel, and let's have a look at our website. So how you can access your cPanel, you just have to write here my.bluehost.com. Now once you will hit enter, Bluehost will redirect you there, and now you have to enter your domain name here. So let's enter the domain name here. And now here right down below, you need to enter your password that you entered for the Bluehost. Now, if you have forgotten it, you can just click on forget password and you can just recover that. But now I will just hit login, and it will redirect me to the Bluehost portal right here. Now let's have a look at it. So now once you are actually logged in, here you can see that you will be given your username here, and it will redirect you to the My Sites, and it will tell you that do you want to add a site, but we will not add any site. What I want you to do is to just click on it that says Advanced over here, and this will load up your cPanel where you can manage everything. So it says, welcome to your new hosting account. cPanel is here to help. And now here, this is the control panel where you can manage everything. So what I want you to do is to just open up your file manager, and you will be taken there. Now this is exactly same as the XAMPP. Now if we actually go to the applications and then we go to the XAMPP over here, now you can see that we are given all the files. So this is exactly same like that. If you are on a Windows, just go to your local DC and open up your XAMPP, and you should see that. Now here you can see that we have got this public_HTML. So if you open up, you can see that there is just like there might be a one single file. And if you open up this htdocs, then there is all the files. So right here you can see that this is empty, or there is a one useless file that we do not need. But you can see that this is the main page. So let's suppose that now we create our first file. Now what I want you to do is to just go to the file right here, click on it, and here it says new file name. So what I want you to do is to name your file as index.html. And once you're done with that, now what you need to do is to just hit create new file, and you can see that we have got this file created. Now what you need to do is to right click on it and just click HTML edit, and now you need to click on edit over here, and you should see the HTML editor. Now here let's just go to the heading one, and let's enter welcome to our website. All right. So now once you're done with that, now what you need to do is to just hit save. Now you can see that it says successfully saved the file. So now what you can do is that you can close this editor, and now if you come back to the website and you refresh this, you can see that it tells us welcome to our website, and this is right here, it says hello world. So if the web page is actually not loaded, which means that it still gives you the forbidden, then what you can do is that you can add here / question mark, and then add here no cache, CACHE, is equals to 1, and then just hit enter, and you should see that. So if you are actually not seeing that, then add this no cache is equals to 1, then your web page should be loaded. Now you can see that we have understood that public_HTML is actually our htdocs folder, which is going to be our root folder. Now what we need to do is that we need to get rid of this file, because we do not need this anymore. So what we will do is that we will go ahead and we will delete this file. Now make sure that you have nothing in it. You can also delete this file because we do not need this anymore. So let's just delete it. Now once you have got everything deleted, now if you go and you go to your website and you hit enter, you can see that we are still being given this. And so what we need to do is that we need to write here / question mark no cache is equals to, just now add 2 over here. All right, just add 2 here, and now you can see that we are being given forbidden. So every time you make a change to the server, just add no cache is equals to 2, because there is actually a caching on the server side, so that the website should be loaded very much faster. And that is why every time you make a change, just add this no cache is equals to 2, no cache is equals to 3, so that you can see like okay, this is the newer version. All right, now this caching is basically done on the server side for approximately 24 hours. So after the 24 hours, if you just like it will be reverted back to the normals, so then you do not have to write here no cache is equals to 2. All right, so now you can see that we are fully done with the file manager. Now let's have a look at the PHP My Admin. So if you now click on PHP My Admin, then you should be taken to the PHP My Admin of the cPanel. It says the system will redirect you to the PHP My Admin in a moment, and let's have a look at that. So now, once we are actually in the PHP My Admin, it is exactly same as it was on the local host. So if you now go to localhost /8080/PHP My Admin, now you can see that we have got some of the databases created, and now here we do not have any database created because we have to create one. So now from the next lecture, what we will be doing is that we will be just like downloading or copying all the files from the htdocs to the file manager right here. We will be pasting them, and then what we will be doing is that we will be just like getting this database, this WP database, and we will be adding it here, and our locally hosted this website, which is right here. So if I just go to localhost /8080, now this website is locally hosted. Now this will be online right here in no time. So in the next video, what we will be doing is that we will be downloading all the files from this and we will be uploading them into the file manager. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So now in this lecture, we're going to be transferring, or we're going to be copying all the WordPress files that we have on our sham to the Bluehost. So what I want you to do is to first of all go to my.bluehost.com, and then I want you to go to the advanced over here, and you should be taken to the cPanel. So now, once you are actually in the cPanel, now what you need to do is to go down and select the file manager from here, and you should be taken to the file manager. Once you are in the file manager, make sure to open up the public_HTML and make sure that nothing is there. If there is anything, just you can go and delete that file. Leave this CGI bin as the default, and now what we need to do is to open up the sham folder, and now you need to go to the htdocs and make sure to select all the files. So once you select all the files by just pressing Ctrl A or Command A, now what you need to do is to zip all these files. And for zipping it, what you can do is that you can download this WinRAR software if you are on a Windows operating system. If you are on a Mac operating system, then Mac operating system pre-built has that software. So what you can do is that you can right click on it and click compress, and now you will be given a compressed file that is going to be archive.zip. So once you have got that zip file, now what we need to do is that we need to upload this file onto the server. So what we need to do is that we need to go to the file manager once again, and now we have to click on this upload over here, and it's going to open up this right here. Now what you need to do is to just drag your archive.zip file and drop it over here, and you can see that that file is now being uploaded. So let's wait till this file is actually uploaded, and then I will be back. Alright, my dear students, so once everything is actually done and it is turned to green, now what you need to do is to just click go back and you will be taken back. And now here you can see that we have got this archive.zip. Now what you need to do is to just right click on it and click extract so that all the files can be extracted, and now all the WordPress files will be extracted, and if you just click close, you can see that we've got everything. Now what you need to do is to just select this Mac OS X, that is the extra one that is created if you are using the Mac OS. It will be created. If you are using Windows, it will not be. And also select the archive.zip, and then what you need to do is to just hit delete and just hit confirm. And now you can see that everything is deleted. And now if you go to your domain by just typing in there itanziel.com, now you should see that this is coming, which was the default, and this is actually stored in the cache. So what we need to do is that we need to now write here slash question mark no cache is equals to just like 2 here, and let's see if it's coming. And now you can see that it is telling us that the error establishing a database connection. So if you are getting this error, then that means that your process, your copying process, is now successfully done. So you should be getting this error on just entering question mark no cache is equals to 2, 3, 4, whatever you want to, and just like add it here, and now you should be getting this error. So if you are getting this error, your process is done. And so now in the next video, we're going to be working up with the database, and what we will be doing is that we will be going to the phpMyAdmin and we will create a database, and then we will associate that with this. And what else we will do, we will go to our previous database that we actually created. So for this WordPress site, we actually created this WP database, right? So what we need to do is that we need to export this database, and we will export it right here onto the online server. Now, this step is a little bit complicated, and we will be doing that in the next lecture. So stay tuned, and bye-bye. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So now in this lecture, we're going to be integrating the database with our website. So let's get started. As in the previous video, we actually copied all the WordPress files directly into the file manager and in the public underscore HTML folder, and you can see that now we are getting this error message. So if you are getting this error message, then that means that everything went good. Now what we need to do is that we need to go ahead and we need to associate the database. So what I want you to do is to open up your XAMPP and make sure that you directly go into the local host and then the phpMyAdmin. So make sure to go there. Now, if you take a look at the first lecture where we were basically installing WordPress, we created this database, and this is a database that was automatically handled by the WordPress itself. But now here on the online server, the WordPress does not know where is the database. And so what we need to do is that we need to copy all the database files right here so that we can work with it. And how you're going to do that, first of all, what you need to do is to create a new database by just going up to the Bluehost, my.bluehost.com, logging in, going into the advanced, and then just click MySQL databases. Now, once you are in here, all you need to do is to click on it and it will open up. So now, once you are in here, you can see that it says there are no databases associated with your account. And here we have got in the users, we have got a user that is created. So what you need to do is to go down, and if there is any user, just delete the user from here. So what you can do is that you can hit delete user. And make sure that there is actually nothing in the MySQL databases. So you can see that we've got no databases in the database, and we've got no users. Now this user is exactly same that we went into the phpMyAdmin. So you can see that we went into the user accounts and we created a new user. So this is exactly same as that. And when we wanted to create a new database, we actually clicked this new button and then we entered the database name. So this is exactly same as this. So first of all, what we need to do is that we need to create our first database. And what we will do is that we will enter our database to be like WP, because you can just name it as a WP, or you can name it as the WordPress, or whatever you want to add, and then you can hit create database. And now you can see it says added the database. This is the name of the WordPress database. Now you can hit go back, and now you will be gone back, and you can see that we've got this, and we've got another database that is created by the default, so you can just delete that because we do not want to have that database. And now you can hit go back. Now you can see that we have got a one single database that has been created. Now if you go ahead and you click on the advanced once again, and now you go back to the cPanel, you will see that database in the phpMyAdmin. So let's just go ahead and let's click on phpMyAdmin, and now this will redirect us to the phpMyAdmin, and now you should see that database over here. Now, in the online web hosting, you do not have to create it directly from here. You have to create it from the MySQL panel, and then it will be there. So let's check. Let's see if that database is actually there. Let's see that. All right, my dear students, so you can see that the database that we actually created by going into the MySQL database is now here. And when we click on it, you will see that this database will tell us that we have no tables found. So what we need to do is that we need to go into the local server, and then we need to click on the WP database, and you can see that there are so many databases that is right here. So what we need to do is that we need to copy and paste every database into our online server, which is the database that we just created. So what we will do for that is that instead of just like copying and pasting, we will just go to our WP database, and now we will go to the export, and we will export this whole database. What we will do is that we will click go, and you can see that now this database is being exported. So now, once this database is actually exported, then make sure to check the extension, and that should be .sql. If it is not, then make sure to select SQL from here and then just click go and make sure that the extension is .sql. Once you have downloaded the database, once you have exported the database from the local host, now you need to go to your online server and now you have to go to the import right here, and now we will import this database. What we will do is that we will drag this and we will drop it here, and you can see that now that database is actually being uploaded right here. So let's see if this gets uploaded. All right, my dear students, so once this gets uploaded, you will see a success right here. And now if you click on this right here, you should see that now we have got every database right here. Even if you now go to this WP, you can see that this is same, and this is also same right here onto the online server. So now once everything is actually done, now what you need to do is to just close this local host database because we do not need it anymore. Now what we need to do is that we need to check if this website gets loaded. So what we will do is that we will refresh this page and we will just see if it's working, and if it doesn't, then what you need to do is to just write there / no cache is equals to 1. Now you can see that this is another day I'm actually recording this lecture, and that is why I'm using this no cache is equals to 1 right here, because the cache on the server side was refreshed. So the cache works like that. But if you are using this on the same day, then you basically need to use no cache is equals to 3 or 4, so that basically every time you update that, there is a newer version there. But now you can see that we are still getting this error. And the reason for that is because now what we need to do is that we need to tell our WordPress that, hey, what you need to do is that you need to look into this database, because in the local host, we were using just the WP. And now in the online server, we are using this as the database name. So what we need to do is that we need to go into the file manager. All you need to do is to click there, and it will take you to the cPanel file manager. And now what you need to do is to go into the public_HTML. Now once you are in here, now what you need to do is to look for the file that says wp-config.php. Now what you need to do is to right click on it, and then you need to click on edit over here and then click on edit again, and it will open up this wp-config.php. And now if you take a look at this right here, on the line number 25 we've got this define, or on the line number 23 we've got define database name is equals to WP. So what we need to do is that we need to tell our WordPress that now our database name is changed. And how we're going to do that, what we need to do is that we need to go into the MySQL databases so that we can get the name of the database. And this is the name of the database, right? So what you can do is that you can select this, you can copy this, and now what you need to do is to go into the file manager editor, and now instead of this WP, just paste the database name. We are not done here yet, and the reason for that is because now we also need to enter the username, and we also need to enter the password over here, because this username and this password was for the local host. So what we need to do is that we need to first create a user. And how you're going to do that, you need to go into the MySQL databases where we actually created the database, and now here you need to create a new user. So let's suppose that I want to create a new user as this itanziel.com/_Tanziel, and now in the password I will use a password generator, and the reason for that is because now that I am using a strongest password possible, because now my website will be online. That is why I have to use this password generator. And now here you can see that this has generated me a password. Now what I will do is that I will copy this password by just pressing Command C or Control C, and now I will go to my config file, and now instead of this db_password, you can see that we chose QWERTY, and now we will paste this password. So now once you have copied and pasted this password, now what you need to do is to just check that I have copied this password in a safe place. You can check that, and now you can hit use password, and you can see that that is now very strong, and now you can hit create user. And you can see that it says you have successfully created a MySQL user named as this. So this is our username. So now what we will do is that we will copy this username from here. And now we will go to our wp_config file. And instead of Tanzil, we will enter our new username, which was itanzil_Tanzil. That is just been created. So once you are done with that, now what you need to do is to just hit go back. Now once you are done with this, now what you need to do is to just come here and click on save changes. Now once you have saved the changes, you do not need to worry about this WP config file anymore, and you can hit close. And you also do not need to worry about this file manager, so you can also close this tab. Now what we need to do is that we need to check if everything is working, and for that what we will do is that we will just write here no cache is equals to 2 over here, and we will hit enter, and we will see if it's working, and it's still showing us the error. Do you know the reason? It's because what we need to do is that we need to go into the MySQL database once again, and what we need to do is that we need to associate this user. We need to tell that this user will be able to manage this database. So what we will do is that we will go down, and here it says add user to the database. So what you need to do is just select your user that you just created, and also select your database, which is just right here that we have created. And now what you need to do is to just hit add. And now once you will click on it, here it says what do you want to allow. So this user will be able to do everything. So we will select all privileges, and now we will hit make changes. Now once you are done with that, it says you saved this privileges, and now if you go ahead and you refresh this, you can see that now it will it says that the site cannot provide a secure connection, or any error that you might get right now. So if you are right now till here, congratulations, your process is going as smooth as possible. Now what we need to do is that we need to basically go into the phpMyAdmin. And how you're going to do that, what you need to do is to just go into the advanced. And now in the advanced, just go to the phpMyAdmin, and now it will open up. Now once you are in the phpMyAdmin, now what you need to do is to just click here, just open up your database, and now you should see this WP_options. What you need to do is to just click on it, and here it says the site URL and the home URL. So instead of this localhost and localhost, what we will do is that we will change them to the itanzil.com or to the domain that you are using. So what we will do is that we will double click on it, and now you can see that it is opened up. And now what we will do is that we will select everything and we will delete it. Now what you need to do is to just write here https://. Now what you need to do is to just enter your domain name.com. That's it. So we will enter itanzil.com, and now you can hit enter. Now once you will hit enter, you can see that this is actually saved. Now what you need to do is to just copy this, and now just come here and paste it here, and just hit outside, and you can see that it says one row affected. Now if you come and you refresh this, you can see that we are still actually taken to the :8080. So what we will do is that we will get rid of it, and now we will refresh this, and you can see it says no cache is equals to 2. So what we need to do is that we need to access our domain name once again, / no cache is equals to 3. Let's hit enter, and let's see if the website gets loaded, and the website will now be loaded. Congratulations guys, now you are fully done. Now I would actually recommend you to basically go ahead and rewatch this video, and this will help you a lot. Now what you need to do is to just enter your domain name. So then you need to enter /wp-admin, and now you have to hit enter. And now you can see that the admin panel will also load perfectly okay. Now what you need to do is to enter your same username and your same password that you had on the local host. All right, that you had on the local host, you can just use that, and then you can just like hit remind me later if you are getting administrator verification email. And now here you can see that we are right here. This is how this website is. And now if you go ahead and you click on visit site, you can see that now you do not need to add no cache is equals to 2, because now we are actually logged in and all the cache issues will be handled by the WordPress itself. So now you do not need to enter / no cache is equals to dash every time you make an update. So this adding this / no cache was only till you actually copy the WordPress files. Now once you are done with that, now you do not need to do that anymore. Now still there are a lot of things that we need to consider and that we need to talk about, and these all things we will be doing that in this particular section. We will understand like how to actually make this form send an email, how you can create your own branded email so that you can send them to your customers and everything like that. And all these things are those things that we will be doing in this particular section. So stay tuned and bye-bye. Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back. So now in this lecture we are going to be fixing a last bug. And that is to basically, if you will open up this website on the mobile phone right now, because now your website is actually live. So let's just go ahead and let's open up this website on the mobile phone. So now here you can see that this is how this website is looking on a mobile device. But let's suppose that if you do not see the image that is coming on the back right here, then you probably have to do one last thing. And what is that thing that you need to do? Basically, this is an error that might happen when you have transferred the website. So if you have got the error, that means that when you are visiting the website on your own mobile device, then what you need to do is to just update your Elementor images, because sometimes they get updated and sometimes they do not. So what you need to do is to just go into your home page, log into your website, and then just click edit with Elementor. So now once you are in the Elementor editor, now what I want you to do is to just right click on edit section and then just go to the style, select your image, and basically update your image URL. Now do this step, and this is really very important. What you need to do is to just uncheck your image, check your image again, and then just hit insert media. Now this image will be updated. So all you need to do is to just make sure to do that. Also just click on edit section, go to the style, and do this with the last image as well. Select choose image, and then just uncheck the image, check the image again, and then just hit insert media. Now what happens is that basically when you update your URL, the URL gets updated to every page, but the image does not basically gets updated. And this is how it gets updated. And now when you will go to your website, you will see that there will be nothing changed. But now when you will open up your mobile device, now when you will come and you will refresh this page, you will now find this image. So this is really very important part. If you're not finding this image, then do it once you have transferred all your WordPress files to the online server. Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back. So now in this lecture, we're going to be overviewing the complete Bluehost portal and the cPanel. So let's get started. Now, as in the previous video, we actually finally installed WordPress, or copied the WordPress from the local server to the online server. So now we are fully done with it, except there are some of the things that we still need to do, like we need to just like associate the menus, and we need to do some other stuff too. But those are the things that we will be doing later on. So why not just close this window and let's take a look at the Bluehost portal. What I want you to do is to just go to the my.bluehost.com and log into your account. Now when you will log into your account, and when you will click this home right here, you will be taken here, and here will be your site title and your website URL here, and it just tells you that there are some things that you want to do, and you can just like basically this home page is pretty well useless. In the My Sites, there is going to be all of your websites that is there, and you should see this one single website right here because this is our single website. So now if you click on Manage Site, now you can see that this website is actually built with the WordPress, and now in the Marketing Center, there is going to be the Google Ads promotion, and in the users, there's going to be your user that you actually created, and you are the administrator. And now these are the just like information things, and these are quite really useless, and you do not need to worry about them. So now in the performance, there is going to be like the performance, like what is right here, and similarly in the security, like it just tells you that whether you need a site lock, but you do not want that. Make sure that in the security, this SSL certificate is actually set to on. Now we have a specific lecture for the SSL where we will be like enforcing the HTTPS and everything, and we're going to be just like installing a plugin as well, and we will be talking about that later on when we will be talking about the SSL. Now in the plugins, there is going to be a list of all the plugins that your website contains, so you can see right here. And you can also switch any plugin on and off from this particular panel as well. Not only that, in the settings, there is going to be your website URL, whether you need to add on, switch on a coming soon page, you can also set that to be on as well. And if you want to delete your site completely, you can delete it right from here, from this particular panel. Now in the marketplace, let's suppose that you want to purchase anything from the Bluehost, like let's suppose that you want to purchase any other web hosting. All right, so you can also purchase it right from here, and you can do that, but we do not want to purchase any hosting or anything, so we will just leave that as it is. In the email and office, they just sell you like Microsoft Office, so if you want to purchase that, then it's fine, but we do not want to purchase that. Now in the domains, now domains are like, let's suppose that how many domains that you are hosting contains. So like this is our primary domain, and this is our one single website that we have over here. So let's suppose that now in the future we will be creating more projects, like now as our next project will be building a corporate website. So that corporate website is that we will be building on this particular hosting account. So all those will be right here. Similarly, what you can do is that you can purchase another domain as well. So let's suppose that now you want to build another website, and that website is like, let's suppose that you want to sell properties, and so you want to build a property based website, a real estate website, and you want to build that. So what you need to do is to purchase a domain and build that website, and every step will be explained to you in this particular section. I will explain you each and everything, how to purchase another domain and how to just like build another website. Like everything will be there. Similarly, now in the subdomains, you can create free subdomains, like as many websites as you want. You can build them for free without the need of purchasing another domain. I will tell you about that hack too, so do not worry about that. Now in the marketing tools, there's going to be the marketing tools that they provide you, so you do not really need to worry about them. All right, because we will be doing the SEO ourselves and everything in this particular course, so you do not need to worry about them. Now if you click on advanced, now you will be taken to the cPanel. So let's overview them, and then we will be moving forward. So the only thing that we will be working up in this particular course will be the domain section, because in this section we will be basically adding the domains, we will be creating subdomains for free, and we'll be particularly managing the website from there. The rest of the things like the home, marketplace, email and office, marketing tools, these are quite really useless. Now in the advanced, in the cPanel, we will be basically working up with the email accounts and we will be able to then send and receive the email. So in the email tab, we will be using the email accounts right here. Now I will also be giving you an overview of the email forwarders. Now these are the two that are used the most, and these right here for the email filters and everything, these are just the extra useless stuff that is not needed. In the files, we use File Manager. Now, you guys already know about the File Manager already because we copied and pasted all the WordPress files. Now, the other things are actually useless. So what are the things that we will be using in this particular cPanel? We will be using the email accounts. We will be using the File Manager in the files. For the database, we will be using PHP, MyAdmin, and MySQL. There is another type of database that is the PostgreSQL that is used in other programming languages. So it is used for that purpose. But for the WordPress, MySQL is used, so we will be using the MySQL for that. And then we have got the metrics. So in the metrics, there is basically the statistics of the website. And in the security, there is just like the server-side security things that is already handled by the Bluehost itself, and you do not need to worry about it. The SSL is something that we will be having a separate lecture for the SSL, so we will understand all about the SSL in that. Now, in this software, basically what you can do is that you can install software. So basically, WordPress is a software itself. And unlike WordPress, there are a lot of content management systems out there. And all of those are actually the software that are installed in a server. So I will also show you how you can install WordPress using a single click using this Softaculous apps installer. So this is the thing that we will be using the most. These are the things that are not much needed. And in the advanced, these are basically like if you are building a customized programming website, then you work with the current jobs and other things. But since we are using WordPress in this course, that is why for WordPress, this is not needed. And in the preferences, you can change your language. But since English is our main language and we are using the cPanel on that, you do not need to change your language. And now here, this is the apps installer. And so for the Softaculous apps installer, I will tell you more about it when we will be just like adding another domain name, and I will show you how to build another website. So this was all the overview of the cPanel. Now, once again, in the portal, we mostly use the domains, and in the cPanel, we mostly use the email accounts, file manager, PHP MyAdmin, MySQL database, and the Softaculous apps installer. All the other things that are here are just useless, so do not worry about them. I've told you what are the things that we use the most and how do we do it. We will be just like taking a look at them in the upcoming lectures. So stay tuned, guys, and in the next lecture, we're going to be working up with email. I'm going to show you how to create email accounts, and then we will also be taking a look at the email forwarders. So stay tuned, and bye-bye. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So now in this lecture, we're going to be working up with branded domain emails. So let's get started. Now, what I want you to do is to first of all go to your my.bluehost.com and then go to the advanced so that you are taken to the cPanel where now we can create our first email accounts. What you need to do is to just click email accounts and you will be taken there where you can create multiple email accounts. So let's just go ahead and let's create our first email account. All you need to do is to click this button that says create and hit on it, and now you can see that here you will be able to enter your username. So remember, whatever the username that you will be entering here will be your email address user. So let's suppose that the first email that I want to create is going to be info@yourdomainname.com. Now in the password, what I will do is that I will enter my password. So let's suppose that I enter QWERTY. And now what I do is that I just go ahead and I hit create. And now you can see it just says creating the email account, and this email account is actually created. Now, when you want to log into this email, what you basically do is that you first of all have to type in your domain name .com, and then you enter slash, and now you enter webmail. That's it. This is something that you need to enter, and now you have to hit enter, and now you can see that it is actually taking us to the email manager. So now, once you are actually in here, you need to enter your domain name, your email address, basically. That is going to be info@itanz.com. And now, in the password, we will enter our password as a QWERTY. And now we will hit enter. And now we are actually logged in to the email manager. So once you will open this up, it will tell you that how you want to open. So what you need to do is to just select that when I log in, open my inbox, and now you have to hit open. And now you can see that we will be in the inbox, and now here it says client configuration settings. Now, the very first thing that I want you to do is to first of all set your full name as your domain email address. So what you need to do is to go to your settings over here, all right? And now in the identities, just click over here, select your email address, and now in here, just enter your first name and last name. So what we will do is that we will set our display name to be Tanzil or Rahman as our name, all right? And now once you are done with that, you can also enter a signature that is going to be best regards, and then you can enter Tanzil, all right? And now you can hit save. So now once you are done with that, now what you need to do is to click on mail over here, and let's see if emails are now being sent. So what I will do is that I will click on create a new message, and now I will compose an email. And this email will be sent to my Gmail address. So what I will do is that I will enter my email over here. And now I will just write here, hello Tanzil. And now in here I will write here, hey Tanzil, how are you? All right. And now once I'm done with that, now what I will do is that I will just hit send message. And now this email will be sent. So now once this email is actually sent, now let's go ahead and let's test and let's see if basically we have received the email. So what we need to do is that first of all, we need to open up our Gmail account. And now in the Gmail account, you can see that now I've got this email that says, hello Tanzil, how are you? And this is the signature. Now let's suppose that I reply, I'm good, what about you? And I just hit send. Now, this is going to be sent to info@itanzil.com, and now let's test and let's see if we have received that. So now, I'll just come here, and now I will refresh this, and let's see if we have received the email. If you do not receive the email, please wait for some time, because email sending and receiving takes a bit of time, maybe wait for a maximum of 5 minutes, and you should receive the email. So let's see if we have received the email. And now on refreshing, you can see that we've got this hello Tanzil from Tanzil Rahman. And if we click on it, you can see that now we are given this. I'm good. What about you? So our email account is now set up. So this is how easy it is to actually create email accounts. All right, my dear students. So once your account is fully set up, now what I want you to do is to just go to your website /wp-admin and set up your contact form. So what we will do is that we will just go to our admin panel, and now in here we will just enter our username and we will enter our password. And now in here, what I want you to do is to just go into your contact forms and then just click on contact forms. What we are doing is that basically we are editing our homepage contact form so that if anyone just enters his information there, then we will receive an email right here on this inbox. So what I want you to do is to just click on edit over here. Now, this is the contact form that we are editing here is actually this form. So let me show you which form I am talking to you. when we click on hire me, you can see that a contact form is opened up. All right, so we are editing this form. Let's just go ahead and let's do that. Now what I want you to do is to just go into your mail right here, and you can see that we have written here info@itanzl.com. So let's just write here info@itanzl.com. So the email will be sent here. All right, and now check if everything is right here. So message body, in your message body, whatever the user will be entering, like let me click on it, the email address, so from email will be here. So like you can see, so now you can see that we've got this right here. So from your name, so whatever the user will be entering in the name, you will receive in the message body, you will get your name, your email, and the message body will be this. And the business name, whatever the user will be entering in the business name, will be entered here in the business name. So if you basically see it like this, all right, if you see it like this, like from subject this, then you also want to showcase the business name. All right, so what you will do is that you will enter here business name. All right, and now in here, all you need to do is to just copy this business name from here that's been coming, and now you need to paste it here. And what else? We also want to see what are these services. So services, and then just copy the services over here. All right, and now just come here and paste it. Now what you need to do is to just hit save. Now once everything is saved, now let's go ahead and let's test it out. What I want you to do is to just refresh your page. And once you have refreshed the page, all you need to do is to click on the hire me button, and in the name just enter John Doe. In the email address, just enter john@helloworld.com, and in the business name, just enter anything, like let's suppose Udemy. And in the select your service, let's suppose that we select SEO, and we just enter, hey, I need SEO services. All right, and in the message, just right here, hello world, hey, hello, how are you? All right, and now I just hit send. So once I hit send, now you can see that it says thank you for your message, it has been sent, which means that the email is actually sent, and the email will be sent to the administrator. So let's just go ahead and let's refresh our inbox, and let's see if we've got that. And you can see that it says Tanzil, the site title, and it's here is the subject. And if we click on it, you can see that we've got this from John Doe. Here is the John Doe email address. In the subject, it says, hey, I need SEO services, and the business name is Udemy. The services that John Doe selected was the SEO, and in the message body, we've got hello world, hey, how are you, and everything. And it says this email was sent from a contact form on this website. Now here you can see that this is coming as the local host. So what you can do is that you can go down, and instead of this local host, what you can do is that you can change this to the itanzil.com. All right, so now you can see that this is how it's working, and now we are fully done with it, and everything is working perfectly fine. The email is also now being sent. So what we will do, what the administrator will do, is that he will click on this email, and then he can just go ahead and he can send this person a reply that, okay, if you want our services, here is our package, and here is everything, and he can actually contact that person. So this is how it will work. Now let's talk about another thing, and that is the email forwarder. So how you can work with that. All you need to do is to just go to the advanced right here. Now in the advanced, you can see that we have got this forwarders. Now what are the forwarders? Let me just first click on it so that we are actually taken there, and then we can take a look at that. Then it says send a copy of an email from one address to another. For example, forward joe@example.com to joseph@example.com so that you only have one inbox to check. Now let me tell you what I mean. Basically, let's suppose that we have created this info@itanzil.com, but I will not be just like frequently using this info@itanzil.com, right? Yes. So what I will do instead is that I will say that all the emails that will be coming to the info@itanzeal.com, I will forward all those emails to my Gmail account or to my Hotmail account or to my other account that I use more frequently. So what I will do is that I will just go ahead and I will click Add Forwarder, and I will add this right here. So let's suppose that now I say info@itanzeal.com. All the emails that I will send here will be forwarded to my this email address, and then I just hit Add Forwarder. And now you can see it says all emails sent to info@itanzeal.com will now be copied to iTunes. And now all the emails that will be sent to this address will also be sent to this address and will also be sent to my Gmail address as well. So this is how basically it's work. Now let's go ahead and let's test it out. What I will do is that I will open up my Hotmail account. And from my Hotmail account, let's suppose that I want to send an email to info@itanzeal.com. All right. And now in the subject, I say, hello, Tanzeal. All right. And now what I do is that I just go ahead and I just hit send. Remember, now this email is actually sent to info@itanzeal.com. All right. And this is the email address. Now if I just go and I just come here and I just refresh this, you can see that I am given an email. But I send this email to info@itanzeal.com, but I'm given this into my Gmail account. And now if I just click on it, you can see that this email was sent to info@itanzeal.com, but now it is automatically forwarded to me. So this is how it's worked. Now let's go ahead and let's check if we have also received on our info@itanzeal.com. Let's see. So what I will do is that I will click on the logo, I will be taken to the inbox, and right here, I'm given it right here in my same email address as well. So this is how the email forwarders work. Now, there is one last thing that I want to tell, and then we will be ending this lecture. So the last thing that I want to show you right now is that how you can add this particular email account into your mobile account. So what you need to do is to first of all go to the App Store if you are using iPhone. If you are using Android, just make sure to go to the Play Store and search for this app that is the My Mail application. That's it, and now you have to hit search and it will search for it. Now you can see that this is the application that you want to install. So once you have installed it, now what you need to do is to open that application, and now it will tell you that whether you want to install or whether you want to add an email. So what you will do is that you will click on this plus over here, and now here what you need to do is to just sign in with the other email. And now in here, just go and select other from here, all right, in the list. And now just enter your email address. That is going to be info@itanzeal.com. All right, so now once you are done with that, now what you need to do is to enter your password. That was the QWERTY. And now you can hit sign in, and it will request your server. And then it will send the response back, and now you will be signed in, and now you will be able to manage this particular email onto your own mobile phone. So there we go. It says the settings has now been saved, so now you can hit done, and now you can see that now this is our email account. And now with this, what you can do is that you can send anyone the email directly from your mobile phone. Remember, this is the application that you want to install, and this particular application is available on the App Store and also on the Play Store. So stay tuned, guys, and bye-bye. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So now in this lecture, we're going to be taking a look at the SSL. But before going up directly into that, I first want to tell you what SSL is. So SSL basically stands for Secure Socket Layer. Now, when you type in an address and then you hit .com, either you should see this not secure or you will see this secure. So if you just type in your domain, and before your domain you just type in https:// all right, and then you hit enter, you will see that there will be a padlock sign or the lock sign right here telling you that this site is actually secure. But if in fact you remove this S from here and then you hit enter, it will tell you that this is not secure. So this means that this is not secure. Now, why is it telling us that this is not secure? So first of all, we have to understand when we type in an address, what happens. So when you type basically an address, then that address is actually sent to the router, and then that address is processed via your ISP, your internet service provider, and then that address is sent to the server. So then this address is actually sent to the Bluehost server, and then the server responds that onto the internet service provider, and then to your router, and then to your computer. So basically there are a lot of things that is happening. When you type in an address, that is sent to your router, then to your internet service provider, and then to the server itself. So basically, if a website is not secure, then that means that all the information you will be entering, so like let's suppose that if you will be entering your name, your email, and then you will be clicking on send over here, then all this information will pass through your internet service provider. And if anyone is also using the same internet connection on your same router, then he might be able to access that information, and then he will read that information, that what is actually written there. But if you will go and you will use the https:// and then you hit enter, and then now you will come here and you will enter the information, then that information will actually be encrypted. And if anyone just somehow gets access to your router and he just like wants to read the information, then he will not be able to read that information because that will be encrypted. So it is actually really much recommended that you do have the SSL, and SSL websites are also preferred on Google. So if you want to increase your search engine optimization, then it is also recommended to have the SSL. Now, Bluehost luckily provides us the SSL. What I want you to do is to just go into your My Sites over here, and then I want you to go to the Manage Sites, and in the security, if you just go here, you can see that we have got this SSL from Let's Encrypt, and that is switched to on. And that is why when we type in the HTTPS, there is not error given to us. Similarly, now if you were to open up a website that does not have the SSL in there and you will add the HTTPS, your Chrome browser will give you an error that you cannot access this website. So if you are getting this lock sign, then that means that the SSL is working. But for some reason, I want you to enforce the HTTPS. So if you will now turn this to on, then if any user just directly goes into HTTP only and he just hit enter, then you can see that this is not secure, all right? But now there might be a caching issue, so if I just write here no cache is equals to 2 and I just hit enter, now you can see that it will be automatically, the user will be automatically sent to the HTTPS without the need of just writing the HTTPS. So I would highly recommend you to enforce the HTTPS because your SSL is working. Not only that, there is another plugin that I want you to add, and now once you are actually logged in, now what I want you to do is to just go into the plugins and then just click add new. Now once you have clicked here, now what you need to do is to just search for this plugin, that is the SSL. Just hit enter and you should see a plugin called Really Simple SSL. I want you to go ahead and install this plugin on your website. Once you have installed this plugin on your website, now what you need to do is to just activate this plugin. And you can activate this plugin by just going into the installed plugin, and you should see this really simple SSL. Just hit activate, and this plugin will just like manage everything on your website. So what you need to do is to just hit activate the SSL, and now the SSL will be handled by them. So let's suppose that if there is any HTTP based image on your website and that is not being loaded with the HTTPS, then this plugin will do the job and you do not have to do anything. This will also do the 301 redirect. So if anyone actually visits the website without the SSL like HTTP, then this will automatically just like redirect him to the HTTPS. Now it is highly recommended to change it to HTTPS so that if anyone is just like entering like information, then that will be encrypted and hackers will not be able to read that information. And also the HTTPS is really very necessary in terms of the search engine optimization. So that was all about the SSL. Now we are fully done with it, and now you can see that it says connection is secure. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So now in this lecture, we're going to be setting up the menu. So how you can set the menu up, let's get started. Now basically you can say that we've got home, about, services, and contact. And this was a menu that we created actually in the past. Now what I want you to do is so that like we build this, like when we click this about me button, it takes us down to this about me section. Similarly, if we will click this about button, then it should automatically take us down. And if we click this services button, then it should take us down to the services. And if we click this contact button, then it should take us down to this right here that says need a professional developer. So how we're going to do that? But we have to use the exact same strategy we used with this about me button so that if someone clicks on it, he should be taken down. And how we did that is that, first of all, let's just click on Edit with Elementor and let's go to our Elementor page builder. So now, once you are in the Elementor page builder, then what we did to make this button linkable to this is that we simply edited the section and then we went to the advanced and added the CSS ID for the about me right here. And in the button, what we did is that we just added hash about me so that if someone will click on it, he will be taken down. And this is the exact same thing we need to do with all of this right here. So for this, what I can do, we will add an ID for that. We will go to the advanced, and in the CSS ID, we will add services over here. Now, once you are done with that, now just select the last one, right click on it, click edit section, go to the advanced, and in the CSS ID, just add contact over here, and then just hit update. Once you are done with that, now go to your website and then go into the appearance and the menus. So we're going to go into the dashboard, and now we're going to go into the appearance, and then we're going to click on the menus right here, so we will be taken there. Now once you are in the menu, just select every of the link from here and remove everything. So because we do not want anything, so we can either bulk select, we can select every of the link, and now we can hit remove. Now this is going to be the front page, so keep your front page to be there. And then what I want you to do is to just select custom links from here. And the first one, that was the about me, will take us to the about me section. And this is going to be about. All right. Just hit add to menu, so that is added. Now once you are done with that, now add the services one, so we will be adding hash services, and we will add it to be services as the link text, and we will hit add to menu. Now for the last one, we will add hash contact because that is what we use as the ID for that, and now in here we will use contact us or contact me. Since you are building a personal website, it totally depends. All right, now you can hit add to menu, and once you are done with that, all you need to do is to just hit save menu, and now you need to click on the visit site over here, and let's take a look at that. Now, when we will click About, it's just going to redirect us to the About or take us down. And when we will click Services, it's going to take us down to the Services. And when we will click Contact Us, it will take us down to the Contact section. So this is what we needed to do for the menu. And now our menu is also 100% completed. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So now in this lecture, we're going to be taking a look at the subdomains. So let's get started. Now, let me just start this lecture by showing you the course content. Now, you can see that we are actually on this section that is all about the online server. But after this section, now we will be building a project 2, project 3, project 4, and project 5. There are more 4 projects that we will be building, but we are actually done with the project 1, and that is hosted on our domain. But now we want to build our project 2, and that is let's build a corporate business website. But how do we start this? Do we have to purchase another domain and then we have to build a website on that? Or there is another free method? There is another free method, and that is to use subdomains. So let's understand what are the subdomains. So subdomains are something that is you can create unlimited for free. So let's suppose that we want to build another website. Now what we can do is that we can build another website like another website.itanzil.com, and now when you will hit enter, that website will be loaded. So you can build as many websites as you want for free because you own this domain. That is going to be itanzil.com, or for your if you are building it for yourself, then that is going to be another website.yourdomain.com, and you can create as many as you want. So let's just go ahead and let's build our first domain, or let's create our first free subdomain. That is going to be site1.itanzil.com, where we will be building our project 2. That is going to be let's build a corporate business website. But if you are using the sham, then I will tell you how you can just like start this project if you haven't purchased the web hosting. But let's just go ahead and let's understand how to create our first domain and then how to install WordPress in it. So what you need to do is to basically log into my.bluehost.com, and then you have to go to the domains, and now you have to click on subdomains. Now here are the FAQs. It's just going to tell you like what is a subdomain. A subdomain is a branch or subsection of a domain. It looks like subdomain.domain.com. A subdomain lets visitors navigate directly to a specific part of your website. Now, there are other FAQs that I would recommend you to just like give it a read. All right, now once you are in the subdomains, now what you need to do is to just click on this that says add a subdomain. And this subdomain is going to be site1.itanzil.com. But you do not have to write it like this. You just have to write here site1, and then you have to select your domain. That is going to be itanzil.com. Now here, it is asking you what is going to be the home folder or the root folder. So the root folder is going to be inside the public_HTML. So let me just show you. What I will do is that I will open up the advanced link in a new tab, and so that we are actually taken to the cPanel, and let's just have a look at that. Now what we will do is that we will go into the file manager, so that we are taken to the file manager. Now once you are in the file manager, this is the public_HTML file, and inside this we have got all of the WordPress files. So when we type in the domain.com, our website gets loaded, which is the root folder. Public_HTML is the root folder. Now what they are saying is that they are saying that for this subdomain that you are creating, what will be the root folder of that? So what we will do is that we will write here site1, like site1 will be a folder that will be automatically created in the cPanel. cPanel or in the file manager. So let's just hit add subdomain and let's see how does it go. So now once you have actually created the subdomain, you can see that we've got subdomain site1 and the root domain is this. Now let's just come here and let's reload this page and you should see the site1 automatically created. Now inside here, whatever you will be adding will be your home folder for the subdomain. So I hope you are getting. Let me show you. What I will do is that I will create a file over here named as index.html and I will hit enter. Now what I will do is that I will right click on it and I will click on HTML edit and I will click on edit over here. Now what I will do is that I will write here hello world. I will select it and I will change it into a heading and I will now save this file. So where is the save? Yes, here it is. Now once I will click save, it says successfully saved the file. Now once you are done with that, now what you need to do is to just go to your domain over here and now you have to write here site1.itanzl.com and you can see it just says that the site cannot be reached. And the reason for that is because this domain is actually created, but it will take some time for the server to know that, okay, this domain is created and now it's ready to go. So what you need to do is to wait for some time, probably like 24 hours, which is maximum. And once you are done with that, then what you need to do is to come here and refresh this page and you will see that it will be working. Alright, my dear students, so after like probably an hour or so, when I visited this website was up and running. And not only that, the SSL is also activated by the default. So if the SSL doesn't get activated, then what I would suggest you is to just go to helpchat.bluehost.com. And in there, what you need to do is to just enter your name, your domain name, and then just tell them that the SSL is not being activated on the subdomain, and they will do that for you. But hopefully, it will not be needed. When you will visit the site1.itanzl.com or your domain name.com and you will hit enter, you will see that the website will be loading perfectly okay. So this was done basically in under an hour, but I just rechecked the website after an hour and it was working. So now if the website is actually working perfectly, then this is the hello world that we actually created as the index.html in our file manager. So now what you can do is that you can go ahead and you can delete this because we do not need this index.html anymore. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at something else. And that is the auto installer. So you can see that when we were installing WordPress, what we did is that we had to download the WordPress from wordpress.org and then we had to do some stuff. But now here, what you can do is that you can automatically install WordPress using this Softaculous apps installer. Make sure that the domain is actually working and then just go to the Softaculous apps installer and you will be taken there. Now what you need to do is to just select WordPress from here, and now what you need to do is to just hit install over here and it will tell you where you want to install it. So now what you will do is that you will select your site1.itanzl.com as your domain, and now in your username what you can do is that you can use tanzl, and in your password we will just add our password. And now once you have entered the password, now what you need to do is to enter your admin email address. That is going to be info@itanzl.com. And now once you are done with that, now what you need to do is to just go down and do not do anything. Just hit install. Don't touch anything because we do not want anything. And what you need to do is to just hit install. And now what it is doing is that it is checking the submitted data, and it will basically install probably in 3 to 4 minutes, but it will take less than that. And let's wait till actually this is done. All right, my dear students, so once that is actually done, now if you click on Open in New Tab, you can see that WordPress is now here and it is working perfectly okay. And now what you can do is that you can just write here /wp-admin, and now you can hit enter and you will be taken to WordPress. If it is not loaded, just then you can use the no cache method. All right, and now let's enter our username and let's enter our password and let's hit login, and let's see if we are actually logged in to the WordPress website. All right, my dear students, so once you are actually logged in, now what you need to do is to go into the plugins, go to the installed plugins, and then you will see that there will be some of the plugins activated by the default by the Bluehost. So what we do not want them. So we will select all the plugins and we will select deactivate and we will hit apply because we need a fresh copy of WordPress. We do not want any plugin beside that. And once you will just like get rid of every plugin, so then what you can do is that you can delete all the plugins because we also do not need these plugins. So you can just delete every single plugin from here. All right, so now you can see that there is no plugin over here. Now, once you are done with that, now what you need to do is to just go into your themes, and now you need to activate another theme. And that theme is going to be 2019. All right, so let's just search for 2019 theme. All right, this is the one. So we're going to hit install. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit activate to activate this theme. And now if you go ahead and you visit the website, basically let's refresh this. Now you can see that this is how it's looking, and this is on our subdomain. So now you are fully ready to start with your next project. That is going to be let's build a corporate website. And now you can start with just like setting up the website. So this was all about the subdomain, and you can see that now we have successfully built our subdomain. Now, if you just remove this site one from here and you just visited your main domain, you will see that your main domain will also be loaded because this is the separate website and this is the separate website. This was all about the subdomains we have now successfully created. Now remember one thing, that for project 3, project 4, we will be building the other subdomains and the process will be totally same. You just have to go into the my.bluehost.com, go into the domains and create or register another subdomain. See you in the next lecture. Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back. So now in this lecture, we're going to be working up with the add-on domains. So as in the previous lecture, we were successfully able to create our subdomain and we also installed WordPress in it. Now in this lecture, we're going to be talking about the add-on domains. So let's suppose that if you do not want to create a free subdomain and you are building a new website and your company name is something else and you need a specific domain for that and you want to use the same web hosting for that because we have chosen the unlimited website hosting package and how you can do that. So this video is for you. So basically what you need to do is to go into the domains and then you have to go to the purchase domain and then you have to purchase a domain from here. But Bluehost domain pricing is very much higher compared to other domain registering services. So I'll tell you another alternate later on, but let me show you the process, all right? So let's suppose that you want to build a website that is going to be my cool website. All right. Now what you will do is that you will hit search over here and it will tell you that mycoolwebsite.com is actually taken. So you can purchase this mycoolwebsite.net for just $14.99 and then you can build a website into that. But we do not want it like that. what we will do is that we will purchase the domain from at a really cheap price, and then I will show you how you can build a website for that. So you can see mycoolwebsite.site is actually for $3 over here, and let's just go ahead and let's take a look at like what are the prices there. So what I want you to do is to just go to namecheap.com so that you can purchase a domain at a really cheap price. Now let's just go ahead and let's search for mycool website and let's hit enter, and let's see what are the pricing that they are offering here. So they are quite really very cheap, and you do not have to pay much for them if you want to register a domain. So mycoolwebsite.cool is actually for $5.98 only, and mycoolwebsite.xyz is actually only $1. Similarly, let's go down and let's see mycoolwebsite.net is for how much. So let's enter this and let's see. mycoolwebsite.net is only $11, but on the Bluehost it is they are taking $5 more. So Bluehost is expensive if you want to purchase a domain name from there, but I would actually recommend you to purchase domain name from namecheap.com. So what you need to do is to basically create your account. So let's suppose that I want to use mycoolwebsite.xyz as my domain name, which is costing only $1. So let me just go ahead and let me hit add to cart. Now you can see that this domain will be added to the cart, and it's just costing $1.18. Now what I will do is that I will hit checkout. So once you are done with that, it will just tell you to confirm your order and everything. And but since I already have an account, I will just go and I will sign in, and I will hit sign in. If you do not have an account, just sign yourself up so that basically you can register the domain. So it has given me a verification code. So let me just open that. And now let's hit submit, and you can see that I am actually logged in. So once you are logged in, then what you need to do is to just go into the domains, and then you have to go to the domain name search once again, and you can see that this is already into our cart. So what we will do is that we will go to our cart, and you can see that in our shopping cart we've got this mycoolwebsite.xyz, which is right here. Now, once you are done with that, now what you need to do is to just hit confirm order, and this order will be confirmed, and then what you need to do is to just enter your credit card information, and once you are done with the payment, then what you need to do is to just hit continue. So what I will do is that I will go ahead and I will just like add a new card over here, and I will enter my credit card details over here. Alright, my dear students, so once you have actually entered the credit card information above there, then what you need to do is to just enter your billing address. And now once you are done with that, now what you need to do is to just hit continue. And now when you will hit continue, your credit card will be charged, and your domain name will now be active. So it says pay now. So let's just hit pay now so that the credit card can be charged, and then your domain name will be active. So let's wait till actually this is done. There is a request going to the stripe.com. You can see right here because they are charging my debit card right now. And let's wait till actually this is done. Alright, my dear students, so now you can see that it says thank you for your purchase, and this domain is now finally active. This domain has been registered. So now what we need to do is to just copy this domain, and now what we need to do is to go into the Bluehost portal, and now we have to go to my domain so that we can actually see all the domains that our website contains. Now once you are done with that, now what you need to do is to just go into assign over here, because now we are adding our domain that we have purchased from another service provider. So now what we have to do is that we have to use a domain that is not already associated with your account. So what we will do is that we will enter the domain name. It's just going to verify the domain, and it's just going to tell you like what you need to do. So let's wait till actually this is done. All right, my dear students. So it says the domain my cool website has no name servers detectable via the DNS, which means that the domain is not yet registered. So if you now go to your domain right here, you can see it says that the site cannot be reached. And so what you need to do is to probably give this domain maybe an hour or so, and then the domain name will be registered. So what we need to do is to wait for that much time. Now what I'm doing is that I'm pausing my recording right now, so I'll wait till actually this domain is registered, and when this domain will be registered, then it will take us to the next step. So what I will do is that I will now pause my video and I will be back once this domain gets registered. All right, my dear students, so after probably like 30 minutes, this domain was actually live. And once this domain gets live, now what you need to do is to just delete a character and then just add it once again so that it is just added. And let's see. Now it says to verify the ownership of the mycoolwebsite.xyz, please point the name servers for this domain to this. All right, so what you need to do is to just do it. So how you will do it, what you need to do is to first of all go to your namecheap.com where you should be given this purchase summary. All right, and now what you need to do is to just hover your mouse to your username, and then you have to click on dashboard. Then you should see this my cool website. All right, so there it is. This is right here. It says mycoolwebsite.xyz. What you need to do is to just click on manage over here, and you will be taken to that right here. Now what you need to do is to just select, instead of this basic Namecheap DNS in the name server, what you need to do is to just change this to the custom DNS, and now here you need to update the name servers to this. So what you will do is that what you need to do is to just copy this, and then you need to come here to the manage domain and you need to paste it in here. Now what you need to do is to copy the other one, just copy, and then you need to come here and now you need to paste it over here, and now you need to hit on this right here that says save. And now you will see that the name servers here in the Namecheap will be now saved. So now if you just go ahead and now you come to this particular page and now you refresh this, you will see that the name servers are already here. It says to verify the ownership, just update the name servers. And now here down below you can see that there is nothing right here, but now what you need to do is to just wait for some more time as well, and that is like maybe 24 hours maximum, so that the name servers are actually automatically updated. So it appears the name servers were recently updated too, but these are still incorrect. So what you need to do is to just wait for some time, and once the name servers will be updated, then when you will come to this assign once again, and when you will hit the XYZ over here, then you will see that the name there will be a check sign. That means that the verification will be done. So what we need to do is to just wait for maximum of 24 hours, but this will be done usually in 2 hours or maybe in an hour or so. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm pausing my video, and once these name servers will be updated, then I will be back. All right, my dear students, so right after an hour, this was actually done. It said ownership verified. So right now, what I will be doing is that once the ownership is actually verified and the name servers are already set to this, then what you need to do is to just close this Namecheap, because we do not want this. And now, if you just go to this website, you will see nothing. It will just tell you this site cannot be reached. If you're seeing a page, just leave it. But now here it says, please choose how would you like to assign the domain. And now here you have to select that I want to use this as the add-on domain, because this is the extra domain that I want to add. So just select the add-on domain. Now what you need to do is to just please specify a directory where you would like add-on domain to point. So you can use an existing directory or you can create a new directory. So the new directory is going to be mycoolwebsite.xyz, or you can just name it as it is, just leave it as a default. And inside the public underscore HTML and inside this folder, you will be given this website. So let's just select this. Let's just leave it as a default. And now just hit assign this domain. It will also create a subdomain, so it is required for the cPanel. You will still be able to access your domain by directly going to this. So this subdomain will be automatically created by the default. So leave it as a default. Everything what we have in here, leave it as a default. And now once the domain gets registered, then let me show you how everything will work. So you can see that it says waiting. There is a request that has been sent to the server, and now the Chrome is actually waiting for the response. So let's wait till actually this is done, and then I will be back. All right, my dear students, so once the domain will get registered, it will tell you that this is actually right here, and you can see that this domain has been now added. So now if you go to My Domains right here, you can now see that we've got this mycoolwebsite.xyz, and it is just telling you that you want to activate all features, transfer to Bluehost. So you do not want to transfer to Bluehost because your domain will now work perfectly okay. And now if you just go ahead and you just come to this website and you give it a refresh, you will see that the website will not work because now there is, again, you have to wait for some time, probably like 30 minutes to 60 minutes, and after that it will be done. So this process usually takes a little bit more time because what happens is that now once you have edited, now the server will basically get this domain and it will be associated into the Bluehost, and then it takes some of the time. But once this is actually done, once basically everything is up and running into the server, then there is no issue and it works exactly same whether you purchase it from the Bluehost or whether you basically purchase the domain from any other service like namecheap.com and use it on the Bluehost. It is totally same. There is no difference to that. The only thing that takes time is that the assigning, because once the name servers are set and once you have added this, then the process is very flawlessly. So what I will do is that I will now pause my video, and once this is actually done, I'll be back. Alright, my dear students, so after like 10 minutes, this was actually done. And once everything is actually done, like the name service has been updated, and when you have added your domain, then you do not have to worry about it. So make sure that the SSL is working and you are getting this connection is secure. If you are not getting this and you are getting the HTTPS error, then wait for some time, probably like 10 minutes more, and it will be done. And if it doesn't get done, then just contact the Bluehost by just visiting the helpchat.bluehost.com. Once everything is done and you are getting this 403 error, now what you need to do is to install WordPress in it. And I'm going to show you how you can install the WordPress. So in the subdomain lecture, I told you how you can install WordPress using the Softaculous Apps Installer. Now in this lecture, I'm not going to show you how to install using the Softaculous Apps Installer, but I'm going to show you how you can install using the manual method. So what you need to do is to open up the file manager, and you also need to open up wordpress.org and download a copy of WordPress by just clicking Get WordPress and clicking Download. Alright, my dear students, so once the WordPress is actually downloaded, now what you need to do is to go into your public underscore HTML folder, and in there you should see this My Cool website. And now here we will upload the WordPress zip file that we just downloaded. So I'm going to drag the file and I'm going to drop it right here, and let's wait till this file gets uploaded. Alright, my dear students, so once the file has been successfully uploaded and it is turned to green, now you need to click on Go Back to the Directory, and now you have to right click on it and click Extract to this zip file so that the file can be extracted. Once the file is extracted, you will see a folder. On just clicking Reload, you can see that we have got this WordPress folder. Now what we need to do is to open up this folder, select all the files by just pressing Select All, and now we have to move these files from this WordPress. We just have to remove this WordPress folder. All right, so just get rid of this WordPress. And now you have to click Move File so that every file is actually moved. And now you have to click on Up One Level. And now you can select this WordPress and also select this zip file and get rid of it. Once you hit confirm, these two, this folder and that zip file will be deleted. And now if you go to the website and hit enter, you can see that now we are in the WordPress installation page. So now what you need to do is to just hit continue, and you have to hit let's go, and now you are ready to work with the database. So what we need to do is that we have to create our first database for that. And so for that, we will go to the cPanel and we will click MySQL database. Now we will go down and now we have to create our database. So here we will enter the website URL here that is going to be my cool website. So let's just keep a short form of that. That is going to be my cool website as the MCW and hit create database. Once the database is created, just copy the database name, come here and paste the database name over here. Once you are done with that, now you need to click go back and now you have to go down and create a new user. So the user is going to be same, the MCW, and now we have to click on password generator, generate a password, copy this password, and now you have to come here and you have to paste it in the password. Now what you need to do is to go back and just select I have copied this password in a safe place, click use password and click on create user. And now you can see that the user has also been created, so you can copy this username and now you can come and you can paste it here. Now you are ready to click submit, but do not submit it because there is one last step that we need to do, and that is to associate the database and the user. You can see that for this database there is no user. So what we will do is that we will add the MCW user to the MCW database and we will hit add. And now you can see that this user will be associated to it. It will ask you what are the permissions that you want to give. Alright, my dear students, so all you need to do is to select all the privileges and hit make changes. And once you are done with that, it says you save the changes. Now if you hit go back and you go down, you can see that this database has this user. And now you are ready to click submit over here. So once you will hit submit, it will tell you all right and you can run the installation. Now here you can enter your website title. So let's add MCW as the WordPress website title. Let's add Tanzil, and in the password you can enter a strong password. For the demo purposes, I'm entering a weak password. Let me just enter a strong password. And now here, you need to enter your email. So we will be entering info@itanzil.com. And now in the install WordPress, just hit install WordPress and the WordPress will now be installed. So now if you go ahead and you go to this website and you hit over here, you can see that WordPress is now loading perfectly okay. There's one more thing that you can do, and that is you can use this add-on domain email address as well. So what you need to do is to go to the advanced, and now in the email accounts, you can create this domain email account as well. So what you need to do is to just select your domain. That is going to be mycoolwebsite.xyz, and now in here, you can create info@mycoolwebsite.xyz email accounts as well, because now this domain is now your property and now you can use it. So now you are finally done with all about online server, and now you can start building your project too, and you can set up the website logo, pages, and header. And you can either use add-on domains, or you can create your own subdomain and you can use that. So stay tuned guys, and bye-bye.